Hello again. My name is Jakujerb or Yakujerb. Today I'm having a look at this gold, I think, 2200 Reinhardt player. Octavius, is it? Um, so before I start, I always like to first look at your team comp and the map. The map, this is King's Row, which is one of the best maps for Reinhardt. The reason being, everything is kind of straightforward. You know, if you're pushing here, the enemies can only come from the front. If you push up to this choke point, again, they can only come from the front. Um, it has a lot of these like long hallways where like it's really hard to get flanked, and also like high ground control isn't that big a deal. Like you can, well, smart teams do hold up here, and that is one of the ways to counter Reinhardt on King's Row. But even so, this is just a really good map for Reinhardt. You've got Anna Zen, so Anna, I mean, you've got to protect Anna. Zen's not going to do much for you as a Rein. So you need to stay within line of sight of the Anna and keep her alive. Apart from that, I mean, I guess let's just get into it. Now I haven't actually watched this VOD yet. Sometimes I watched my VODs first before reviewing them. Sometimes I don't. This time I didn't because I don't know. I don't have a set format anyway. So I'm watching this for the first time with you, or actually, no, I think you already. It depends who are you. Okay, so you see their Reinhardt and Zarya holding at the choke. You can also see the Mei. I don't know if you saw the Mei, but like this is really dangerous for you. If you push in here, you are gonna get walled off, and you are gonna get killed by these two. The fact that they have a Rein Zarya, and okay, well, you also have a Rein Zarya, so you're even in that regard. But yeah, the biggest threat for you at this point is this Mei. You really need to be careful about baiting out that wall. So let's see how that goes. You're about to get walled off. Ah, okay, you're actually doing a great job of not getting walled off, which is great so far. You could charge him. It's probably a bad idea, but honestly, I would. Because he doesn't have charge. He just tried to charge you and it failed. And if you had charged him at this angle, you would charge him into this wall. Like if you are gonna pin people, you want to go for short range pins. And this is pretty short range. You don't spend a lot of time charging. So it's a pretty good charge. Not, I mean, actually, it's not. It's probably a pretty dumb charge, but it is a charge you could do. It's something you could maybe get away with. I don't think it's something you should do, but it's something you could do. Anyway, I like what you're doing here, just kind of applying pressure. You're like right now you're stepping back, even though you're at full health. You don't have to. You could just keep swinging at this guy. In fact, if you push up a little bit more, like if you force this guy to start falling back, then you are breaking him off from his healers. So right now would actually be like this very moment would be a good time to push him. I'm slightly paranoid if it's recording or not, so apologies. Let me just make sure it is indeed recording. Yes, it is. Okay. Um, so yeah, you could have like maybe pushed him a little bit harder there. Not the biggest thing, but you're okay. The fact that he's dead means like you're about. I want to say the fact that they're dead means you can't just go full aggro, but you are about to get walled off. So is what I was gonna say, and you did just get walled off indeed. So yeah, honestly, just play safe. Yeah, wait for that wall to go down. Not a good charge. First of all, you missed her, which I mean, I don't have to tell you like you wanted to charge her. But second of all, like it is just a little bit risky. Not too risky. Your team's got you. The wall's down, so you're good. But it's I wouldn't have gone for that charge personally. And yeah, you're taking the point. So that was all pretty good. You're okay. I don't know where you're going now. Not sure why. Oh, you want to go for a flat? You want to go for a surprise shatter? First up, I think he saw you. I think he saw you, so that's not gonna work. And second of all, like you don't have to. Like he's alone here. All of them died, so all of them are on their way back. You should know this. Like at this point, you can push up and just try to kill him. You don't even have to shatter him. Like I think the correct play is just to walk up to him and kill him right here. Because he's completely alone. Okay, yeah, that wasn't gonna work. Like maybe if he didn't see you, but like let's just go back like 10 seconds and watch from his perspective. I'm pretty sure he saw you. Let's just watch. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, maybe. I don't know. He turned to look at you, so with a fire sword. So maybe he saw you, maybe he didn't, but like, I don't know. I wouldn't have taken that risk if I were you. So yeah, now you're falling back. I will say right here, you are giving this Reinhardt a lot of space by falling back here. It's probably the right play because what your team should be doing is like they should have one person on card. I'm thinking Zen, probably Zen or Anna, probably maybe Soldier, maybe Zarya, but like only one person should have been on point. Point. Five of you should have pushed up and tried to take this corner. Before the enemy team can regroup, because you know for like 10 seconds they weren't regrouped, so you had like 10 seconds to push them. So that's what your team should have done, and you should have led that. But the thing is, like, in gold, you know, you can't always, unfortunately, like, people have a bad habit of just standing on the cart, even though it's kind of wasteful. So five of you should have pushed up, but like you definitely shouldn't have pushed up alone. So that's the thing. Like, I think you're doing the right thing falling back because your team is back here. But if possible, it would have been nicer if you and your team could have pushed up. But yeah, that didn't happen. So let's see. Now you're basically. This is still pretty good because he's back here. He's not pushed up to this corner. Like this guy, he wants to push up to this corner to stop, to basically like make it a lot easier, because like if he can stand here at this corner, he can whack away at you and without any danger from your team. So he wants to push up to this corner. He's not there yet. You've got time to maybe intercept him, to basically like force him to fall back to either this corner or this corner. That's what you're hoping to do. Like, if you can pressure him so he has to fall back, then your team can move through your uncontested. But if he pushes to your, then that makes your life harder. Anyway, let's see how this goes. Yeah, he's pushing up, so I think you. I don't know. This is still good. He's not taken the corner. He still hasn't taken this corner. You're holding it, so that's fine. But you're also not pushing him back. But like, you are getting shredded because your team isn't exactly pushing with you. I think you could have maybe gotten a few hammer swings in there, maybe. But now that your shield is low, you need to get out, and you do. So that's good. Okay, so they lost two. That gives your team a great opportunity. Like, you guys have to push into these guys and kill them. You can't allow them to live. I mean, it doesn't mean you should go super aggressive, but definitely you should be pushing. You could even, I mean, honestly, I would go for their Rein. Just start swinging at him. Maybe the Zarya, but the thing is, like, the Rein, if the Rein is smart, he's going to be standing in front of the Zarya. And if the Zarya is smart, she's going to be standing behind the Rein. So normally you have to go through Rein to get Zarya. If you can get Zarya without getting through Rein, that's good. But, like, that's probably not going to happen. So just go for the Rein. I don't know why you're playing defensive. Like, just, it's a 4v6. You win these. They should be dead by now. You could shatter this. I don't think it's necessary. Like, now they've lost another one, so there's only 3 of them. Even though you lost your shoulder, a 5v3 is still really, really good. So you should still win this without needing to shatter. But you can also, like, you can shatter to guarantee the kills. It's, I mean, it's one of those things. Like, do you want to be optimal, or do you want the biggest chance of like winning this fight, or do you want to have the biggest chance of winning the next fight? You know. So yeah, I mean, just because, okay, they lost another, so it's only the 2 of them. Only Rein and Zarya are in right now. You need to step it up. You need to punish them. You need to kill them. They're all alone. Fire Striker, like, you don't even have to shield her. Just like literally run at her. If she gets out, if her and Zarya get out, then that's really okay. Well, not bad, but like, it's a wasted opportunity. You could have so easily killed these 2, and you should have. Instead, you get shattered. There, Zarya kills another one. Now would be a great time to shatter. Hit Q right now. Maybe Zarya has bubble and she can block it. Maybe, right, like, even if it doesn't get them on the floor. It does force out their cooldowns. Reaper can Wraith, Moira can Fade, and Zarya can Bubble. But if you make them use it, then they don't have it. So it's still a good thing. So I would have shattered right there and then just shatter these three. It's good. Yeah. Not sure why you're not using your shatter. Now you do it. That's pretty decent getting the call. Okay, well, unless Zarya bubbles it, she might have bubbled. You get it. Wonderful. Yeah, that's a decent. I would have okay, well, also Reaper is still shooting you in the back. Like regardless of these guys on the ground, like you can still die. You need to be aware of the people who aren't on the floor, and that's McCree and Reaper, and they're probably gonna kill you right now. Yeah, so that's definitely not good. You shouldn't have charged that. You should have fire striked and then shielded. Maybe focus on the Kree even, like ignore the people on the ground, focus the people who aren't on the ground, you know. Um, it is really unfortunate that your team didn't get a single kill from that shatter. It is really unfortunate, but uh, you should have shattered sooner, is what I'm going to say. You really should have shattered sooner. Let's get back to the fight. Okay, so you just lost your Anna, you lost your soldier, and I think someone else is also on their way back. Yeah, Zen is on their way back. So there's only 3 in right now, I think. Let's see who's in. You've got Zarya, she's one, Hanzo, and one more. Who else? Who am I missing? There's Hanzo, there's Zarya, there's you. There's 2 dead and 1 okay, so I was forgetting to count you. But anyway, this is really, really bad. You have absolutely no way of winning this fight. Your only option is to get the fuck out or down cart. In this case, you've got plenty of time. You're not in the fight yet. You can turn around, you can charge out, just get out. Because there's absolutely no way in hell you're winning this fight. Um, Sometimes, like if you were Yer, for example, then it would be a lot harder to get out. Then the better play would actually be to just die as soon as possible, let them kill you, because you don't want to stagger. So that's what you should have done right here. Like get out, because you're in a very good spot to get out. But if you were like you would have just had to die. Anyway, you get a kill, but still, this isn't winnable. This just isn't winnable. It's good that you're keeping the Hanzo alive. That's a small miracle. But also, like, they could have pushed you here. Like, they should have realized that you and Hanzo are the only 2 here. Well, and Zen, who has just shown up. They could have pushed you and they could have killed you. Something to think about. Like, they've got 5 here. You've got 3 here. They should win this if they decide to push you. They don't decide to push you, so you make it out. But, like, I don't know. Better teams would try to punish you a lot sooner. Anyway, you're holding this corner, which is good. Like this is a fine corner to just hold and wait for your team. But also, you could hear things coming from the right, so you know there is someone here. So it's just something to keep an eye and ear out for. I want to say, okay, you are also keeping an eye out, which is good. Ah, that's wonderful. I love to see that. Even so, like you shouldn't be pushing around here. This is a flank. You're a Rein. Reinhardt shouldn't flank. Unless you go, I mean, okay, generally speaking, Reinhardt shouldn't flank. There are definitely times where it's juicy and you can get away with it, but like what this guy's doing, this is half a right what he's doing because he's not exactly wasting time. His team isn't pushing right now; they're just kind of holding here, and that's fine. And I guess you could say the same about you. You are waiting for your team. So what he's doing right now, I mean, it's alright. He's clearing out the flank, but he should get back here at some point. For this round, I would probably advise like maybe charge through here to get back to his team. Super risky. Or just walk back here. Anyway, so what I'm saying is like okay. Okay, that's very unusual. So right here, like you could try to fight him 1v1, but why? Why would you? Just fall back. Your team is right here. They could help you with it. which just increases your odds of winning this fight a lot. Like, why 1v1 if you could, like, okay, also Fire Strike. Fire Strike does more damage than swinging. Like, right here, if you're gonna do anything. Okay, what I would do if I was here, right here, where you are right here, throw him a Fire Strike and then get back to your team. Under no circumstances should you chase him because he's falling back into his team and then he's gonna have the advantage. So, oh, beautiful, beautiful. Actually, like that's very, very lucky. Like you didn't know there was a Moira there who was damaged. You couldn't have known. Still very lovely. That doesn't mean you can push through your. You still need to push with your team. You still, right here, you've just got your Anna, and if you go around this corner, like you're not even gonna have that. If Anna starts following you here, then that puts her life in danger. So all in all, like this is just really, really bad. You want to move back here and move with your team. They need you right here. What you could do is if you go here, stand right here, you could try to charge back to your team. Very risky strat, especially with the McCree here. If he flashbangs you, that's really bad, but that is something you could think about doing. It's a risky play, but it's honestly a lot less risky than just pushing here without your team. Is Anna following you? Yeah, she is. That's a good Anna. Honestly, like I wouldn't if I were giving advice to this Anna, I would advise her to just get back here because this is really risky. Like if these guys decide to push you here, then you know you'd be in trouble. Actually, thinking about it, they've got 4 here. They've got one coming back from spawn. They're missing one, so it's not a terrible thing. But again, like you need to play with your team. As a Rein, especially, you need to. I like that. I like that. Charge him there, even though you're both on the floor. Like his team isn't here and your team is. So this charge is. I mean, either you're gonna pull him and pin him into the wall, or you're both gonna be in the floor and he's gonna die. So this is a really good time to charge him. You could have also just swung at him, but charge is good. Charge is good. So right now, no threats. You should be thinking about pushing forward and taking this corner. Basically, just force these people back. You've got the resources. You can just push up. Except now there's someone on the card, so you can deal with it. Oh god, that's really bad. That's really, really bad. So it's good that you did get the point, but like right now you lost 3. It's just you and Zara. I would try to charge back to spawn. Try to stay alive. The moment that bubble comes down, you could shatter, but I don't think you have enough to follow up on the shatter. It's just you and Zarya. Maybe, I don't know, it's risky, but for me personally, when I see a bubble, that to me is that to me in my head tells me it's a good time to shatter soon, because the moment that bubble comes down, you know there's no bubble, so it's good. Oh, that's not good. Zarya shouldn't have been pushing forward. She's about to die. She should have stayed behind your shield. At the same time, it's your responsibility to make sure she stays behind your shield. So, I I don't know. This is such a lose-lose. Either you push forward with her to try to keep her alive, which puts your life in danger, or you let her die, which isn't good. Like Zarya, out of all of the people you want to keep alive, Zarya is one of them because of her charge mechanic. If she stays charged up, she does more damage. So her dying means she has to get charged up again, which is bad. But if she stays alive, she keeps her charge, and that's good. So out of all of the targets in the game, the most, I want to say, Zarya is the only one that really has a mechanic like that, which benefits her for staying alive, if that makes sense. Not a good charge. Definitely not a good charge. You're gonna die. I mean, it is kind of a YOLO charge. Like, what can you do in that situation apart from charge? So yeah, again, you should... Okay, you could shatter these two. Again, the moment... like when I look at this, I see a Zarya bubble, and the moment that bubble goes down, Zarya doesn't have a bubble. So I like to actually charge my time my shatter to get her on the ground, because like right now, if you shatter her, like that's so big, that's so big. If you just shatter those two, you don't, and that's okay. You should still be like, I'm looking at this and this is such a beautiful shatter, but you're probably not gonna shatter, are you? Charge him. This is a charge because okay, so why is this a fine charge? Let me tell you my rule for charging. My rule for charging is number one, you need to ask, where am I going to end up? With this charge, the answer, where am I going to end up, is against this wall. Are there any threats against this wall? No. So that's a decent charge. I do want to say there are people on the ground. You could try to shield them off, but your shield is one anyway. And I mean, Rein's about to walk up and kill these people. So I think protecting these people is more important than protecting. Well, I want to say you're more likely to protect this Anna, for example, than you are to protect this Zenyatta. So I definitely think this is a great time to charge. You charge in. Okay, sorry, I was busy telling you about my rules for charging. Number one question: do I want to be here? And the answer is, in this case, is yes. I don't mind being there. So yeah, this is a fine charge because you get the pin or you get Rein on the ground. Either way, you protect this Anna, and you don't die. You don't put yourself in a risky situation. So you do charge him. Wonderful. I like seeing that. So if I were you, again, I'm still thinking about that shatter. It bugs me that you're not thinking about the shatter. What I would do right here is I would do a 180 degree. I would step around Rein and shatter. The reason I do that is I hope to get whoever is here. I mean, you just saw I wasn't even looking behind me. I was in your point of view, but I still know there are people behind here because I mean, why wouldn't there be? So I would just step around Rein and shatter. Maybe he shields it. If he does, I mean, props to him. If he doesn't, I mean, it's a wasted shatter. But sometimes you really just have to throw the shatters out there. You're not gonna hit every shatter, even the best Reins. Like throw shatters that are like a gamble. Like this one might work, it might not work, but I'm just telling you what I would have done. So right here, I mean, imagine if you were busy shattering right now, you'd shatter all of these people. It would be fucking beautiful. Why not? Why not shatter now? Why do this? How about now? It's fine. You've got to shatter at some point. So yeah, eventually, like, okay, there is still a Reaper behind you, but I was gonna say, like, most of them are gone. I would still be, like, looking. If I were you, I would still be looking to make sure everyone is gone. You don't just assume everyone's gone. You have to look. You have to turn around and look. I don't see you doing that. But once you confirm everyone's gone, or I guess if you assume everyone is gone, let's be real here. Everyone makes assumptions. I myself, it's one of my biggest problems. I make assumptions. So if you assume, okay, I'm getting off track. Let's pretend Reaper's not here. We know Reaper's here. We know he's about to kill your Ana. That's bad, but you don't know it. Let's pretend he's not there. What you want to do is you want to keep pushing up. You want to take this corner right here. This is what you want to take. What do I mean by taking a corner? It's just literally standing right here. And if, let's say, this Moira wants to shoot your team, you can either block it or you want to you either want to block it or you want to hit her. If she comes too close, you want to hit her. And what that essentially does is it forces these guys to get back around this corner, which means they can't hurt your team. Which means you can protect your team without using your shield. And how brilliant is that? You can stand here and swing. And that'll protect your team because the enemy can't possibly shoot at your team because, I mean, there would be a Rein in their face if they even try it. So that's what I mean by taking corner. You literally just stand here and stop these guys from coming around the corner. That's what you want to do. If Reaper wasn't here, but like let's see. Yeah, your team does take care of Reaper, so that's alright. But you're already way. You're not. You didn't take the corner. You're going for this corner. I don't even have to rewind. I just know you charged in and killed the Lucio. That's a half decent kill, but it's a bit risky. You know, you're separating yourself from your team back here. You're like basically forcing them to follow you. Which is alright, but also you're putting yourself in danger because, like, I mean, these guys could kill you, and like you can't very realistically. I mean, damn it, I'm gonna go back. I want to see that charge in Lucio because, like, I'm guessing it was a I'm assuming it was a risky. Yeah, okay, you just went for it. There was like no way now that Lucio should have died here. He should have booped you away. He should have dodged you. He shouldn't have. You shouldn't have done that. So you shouldn't have gotten that kill. But you're lucky you did. I mean, that's incredibly lucky. He booped you away, but still ran in front of you. Imagine that. Anyway, so now you're in really deep. Your team is helping you. Your Zarya is bubbling you, but regardless of that, it's not a good play. Now you fall back to the corner. That's wonderful. Oh no, now you fall all the way back. You really want to hold this corner. You really want to hold this corner. But yeah, anyway. See, this is good. This is good. Big. The only thing that can stop it right now is a Zarya bubble. And unfortunate. I would have probably gone for it as well, to be completely honest with you. This is a really good play from the Zarya. I can't blame you for going for that shatter. It was a good opportunity. Like, I do like seeing you step through the shield to shatter. That is another thing. Like, if you see a Sigma or a Orisa shield, you can't just step through it and shatter. Like, it's good. The risk associated with stepping through a shield is now Anna can't heal you. Or who's your other healer? Zen. He also can't. Can he? Can Zen? I'm not actually sure if Zen can heal through shield. I mean, if you can put the orb on you through shield. I know the orb stays through the shield, but I don't know if you can put it through the shield. I'm not sure. Anyway, the point is you are also separating yourself from your team, but still, I like to see it. Regardless, the Zarya, huge play. Okay, you should be shielding right now. Good. And yeah, right now you just want to wait it out. I would stand behind the payload for two reasons. Number one, the payload gives you healing, and then you can move with the payload as it pushes up instead of standing behind this corner. But even so, I'm happy to see you standing in cover. I'm not happy to see you going for the health pack for two reasons. Number one, your Ana is healing you. She's working on her nano boost. Like, you're missing like half of your health. That's almost like 10% of her nano boost, maybe more than 10% of her nano boost. So let your supports heal you when possible. And number two, like, you're putting yourself out of the fight. I mean, these guys, they aren't pushing up yet, so that doesn't matter too much. But even so, like, you're going out of your way. Like, why not just it would be better to just stay here. Like, if you were on the cart right now, as I suggested, you could be whacking at this Moira. You could be maybe whacking at the Sigma. Just stand here, go whack. You stay safe enough behind the payload, and you can just pressure these guys. It's not good that you went for the health pack there. Not okay. Yeah. Also, like, then you could see the people coming for you. It's not horrible what you did there. I'm just not sure why. Like, don't go for health packs unless, like, don't go for health packs if your supports can heal you, is my rule. Hey, you capped anyway. What happened there? I'm actually curious. Like, it's not nothing to do with you. Let's see. Okay. Your team just did well. And the enemy team, they had 1 year and 2 years. So yeah, honestly, what went wrong for the enemy team there is that they started running Sigma Zarya. And now Sigma Zarya, I mean, you don't. It works on some maps, but Sigma Zarya, the problem with Sigma Zarya is it doesn't do well with long sight lines like these. With Sigma Zarya, you need to play in cover because you only really have the Sigma shield to hide behind, and it's quite weak. So it's okay if you've got like shorter sight lines. Like let's look for like where would it work on this map. I mean, it's still not good, but like it works better at some places than at other places. Like I want to say here it could work because you can like use the shield, spam down here, and then if the shield breaks, you can hide behind here and still keep spamming. And if needs be, you can keep falling back behind here. It's still not great, honestly. It's like Sigma Zarya just isn't great, but it would works better in an area like this where you have lots of cover. Like here, you've got cover. You can spam, you can shield. If your shield breaks, you can hide behind here. If they push you, and that's another thing with Sigma Zarya, Sigma needs to fall back if he gets pushed. Reinhardt can stand his ground. He can swing whatever. Sigma, no, he has to fall back. But so over here, if you had the Sigma, you could fall back to your continue spamming, fall back to your continue spamming. And the important thing is you always have cover over here. So you can fall back here, keep spamming, and even fall back here if you really, really need to. Back here, point C, that like you really don't have that. Like here where he was standing, like where can he hide? There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to fall back to. So that's perhaps why Sigma wasn't the like that is one of the reasons why Sigma was a bad point here, especially. It's just bad in general, honestly. Don't play Sigma Zarya. Now let's see your defense. Oh no, what are you doing? Oh, okay, I thought you were hiding somewhere sneaky, but no. I think I've got just about enough time to like finish up this one defense. I can't do this for too much longer. Okay, so looking at this, two things I noticed. Number one, I guess 2 tanks really. They're running Reinhardt Winston. So this means 2 things. Number one, their Reinhardt doesn't have support, which means you're running Rein Zarya. So if you go in with your Rein and you start hitting him with your hammer, you know, and your Zarya bubbles you, then I mean you just win that fight. If he swings at you, then he swings into a Zarya bubble. If you like, it's just good for you. You've got support, he doesn't. So that's something you can do and something you should do. You need to put more pressure onto their Rein because he doesn't have a Diva or a Zarya or a Sigma to protect him. He's got no one to protect him. You've got a Zarya to protect you. So you've got the advantage in that regard. Number 2, Winston, what's he going to do? He's going to jump over you and kill these people. Or threaten these people. Threaten your Ana, threaten your Zen. That's what he wants to do. It's not great what he's doing right now. So what do you do when he goes in? Simple. You shield off his team. When he jumps in, your team is gonna be distracted. Your team is gonna deal with him, which gives their team an opportunity to push in. So like, just imagine it. Just imagine Winston goes, what's your team gonna do? Your team is gonna shoot at him, which means your team is not gonna shoot at these guys, which means these guys can just walk in, which means you need to shield these guys off so that they can't just walk in. Does that make sense? So that's how you deal with a Winston. You shield off his team. You don't go attack the Winston because then these people are just completely free to do whatever they want, and that's not something you want. So yeah, that's the 2 things. You want to put pressure on their Rein because he doesn't have support, and you want to shield off the Winston when he jumps in. Got it. Let's see what you do. Okay, a little bit heavy there. Like it's fine what you're doing. You are pressing their Rein. Yeah, that's really good. Just okay. So now what you want to do is you want to force these people to leave. How do you force these people to leave? You can walk at them, hit them with your hammer, or if they start shooting at you, you can shield them. But just basically force them out. No, just I mean, force them out. You don't want to rotate back here. You can I mean, you kind of do to shield off the McCree, but like these guys shouldn't die to the McCree. If they do, it's honestly kind of their fault. Um, but yeah, I would just go for this BAP. That's what I would do. So you did lose your Ana to the Doom. That means you don't have any healing apart from Zen, which is not a lot of healing. So you want to play it safe right now because you lost your Ana. Honestly, against this at this point, I would be pushing up to this corner. Uh, their team they can't push into you. I mean, they just can't. What are they gonna do? The Rein, like I said, you dominate this Rein v Rein matchup because I mean because you've got the Zarya because the Zarya is helping you. Well. You're still waiting for your Anna, so maybe that's not great. Ugh, I mean, it's you've still got the Zen. I would just hold him at this corner if it was me. Just make sure that they can't get through this doorway is what I would be doing. It looks like you're kind of okay. Don't peek. You don't have healing. Uh, yeah, you can't afford to peek them. Yeah, no, this is just a little bit too risky. Like you don't have to push in there. Like you just don't. You're absolutely not gonna get the kill on the Winston. If it was someone else, then I might understand. But like even if it was like a 200 HP hero, you're still probably not gonna get the kill because they've got healers. So and even if you could get the kill, their spawn is right here. So killing them isn't even the objective. The objective is just to keep them away from the point. So just stand here and keep them away. Yeah, you could charge that. You could so charge that. I would. Yes, yes. Beautiful. Now both of you are on the ground. You've got your team with you. Well, the Zen and the Hanzo, and he doesn't have his team with him, so he's dead. So that's the correct play. Definitely the correct play. Beautiful. Um, not sure what you're doing. So you did see them going up the stairs, so you should be anticipating that they'll come from the top here, which is especially relevant for this McCree because I mean, if he stands here, then he can just get a kill on these people, and you can't protect them unless you come stand here with your shield, which isn't great. So that means like with him going up there, you've really got two options. You could, okay, I guess three options. Number one, your team could deal with him, which is the best option, which is always, I mean, this is what should happen. You tell your team, McCree's going to high ground, deal with him, and then like it's your Hanzo and your McCree's problem. But you can't always rely on your team. So what can you specifically do? You could come back here and shield. Not great. It gives these guys a lot of space, but like one option. Or alternatively, you could push around, which is a little bit risky. You split yourself off from your team, but honestly, it's the only way to truly deal with this McCree yourself without relying on your team. What the best player is, like, I would just keep an eye on it. I would play here and just keep an eye out for McCree and shield him if you need to. Um, Other than that, these guys they can push in from here. So really, like I think standing right here and just keeping an eye on things is the best course of action. And you do that, so that's good. That's good. Yeah, no, I do like you pushing him. Opportunity to earth shatter right now. Like you shielded. You heard him shield. Not now, Murkofi. I'm sorry. Let me just message him. Social. Whisper. Doing a VOD review. Busy. Yeah. So What am I doing? What am I doing? I got distracted. Sorry. So what am I saying? Oh yeah. The moment he uses his shield, you know he doesn't have shield, so you can shatter. Get ready for that. So right now, if you hit Q right now, actually no, there is the McCree. He might flashbang you. In fact, he might. I would have earth shattered the moment I saw that shield go down, but maybe that's not the best thing because of this McCree. Let's see. You never did shatter, so we'll never know. Anyway, I do like again. I don't mind that you're pushed up so much. This is going quite well. Yeah, it's good that your shield. Oh no! This amp matrix. I was gonna say it's good that you're shielding him. Make sure he doesn't die. But now this amp matrix, you need to get out. You do not want your shield to get shredded by that amp matrix. And it is getting shredded.
Barrier destroyed.
Yeah, I would have thought about maybe standing here if you still want to protect him, so that you can fall back in cover here, or honestly leave them to die and come into cover over here. Like that amp matrix is such bad news. You don't die. Like they probably, if they all focused you the moment your shield went down, then you would have been dead. That didn't happen, so that's good. You lose your Anna instead. I'm cool with this. Still a bit risky. Like, I don't want to understate the threat this amp matrix poses. You do not want to be in front of it, even for the duration of an earth shatter. Like, they could legit kill you in the duration of an earth shatter. They don't. That's good, but still, it's a risk I want to point out. Decent charge. Decent charge. Definitely a decent charge. Okay, so Sigma is up top. He might drop down, but he probably won't. It is still, again, just fine to hold here. You don't even have to move. Oh, are you? You don't even have to move around. Like, if you just stayed here, you could be whacking these guys right now. And you stay within line of sight of these guys. I don't really see any reason to move around here like you did. Like, if you stayed here, like I said, then you could have probably been shielding your Hanzo and he wouldn't have died. It's not the biggest thing, but, like, I'm just not sure why. Like, you could have prevented both of those kills, probably. Actually, no, that one was over here. Anyway, things are falling apart. You could try to keep your Anna alive. When did she get back? Didn't she die in the last fight? Or was that... No, that was probably their Anna. I'm sorry. That was probably their Anna that died. Okay, you've lost 3. I would definitely be thinking about getting out. So, like, the best you could hope for right here is to get around this corner, stay safe, stay alive, wait for your team, and then push in with your team. I'm happy that you charged, but again, I would have charged out. You can't try to just hold point. Like, you might be asking, like, shouldn't you be on point to stop them from taking ticks? My answer to that is, like, ticks are meaningless. If you stand here and you die on point, then they're probably gonna cap and you're gonna respawn way back here. You don't want that. You would really want to stay alive here. That should be your biggest priority. So that, like, even like if you give up a tick or 2 and then you push in and hold the point, that's like the best case scenario. But even then, if you stay out here and let them cap the point, even that is better than dying. Even like if you stay out here, you stay alive and let them cap point, even that is better than like dying. Did he reply? No, he didn't. So yeah, now you die. Okay, you don't spawn back there, so that's actually good. Not fond of this charge. It's alright. I mean, it's just charging into the unknown that I don't like. You don't know what's up here. A bit risky. I don't like it's alright. I like that you're coming here to pressure it. But you should be protecting these guys. Like these guys are out in the open. Like you don't have to necessarily be shielding them. Just having your body in front of them helps a lot. Like if you're standing right here, then they're probably gonna shoot at you instead of shooting at your team. But because you're going around here to hit the monkey for a bit, like they're it's just risky. These people might die, and if they die, arguably it's your fault. Like the better thing would be to just push through here, push these guys back. They can't stand up to you. You've got Rein Zarya, they've got Sigma Winston. Like if you start walking at them, then they have to walk back. That's the only way for them. You could go for a shatter right now. Like this is my kind of shatter. You just step around the corner and shatter. Like literally, you press Q and then hammer down. I love doing it. It's risky. The reason you do it is to catch them by surprise. But the problem with it is like you don't know if they've got shields up or not. So that's why it's risky. It's really, really fun. You could also shatter him. Not necessary, but you could. So now you want to just, these guys have retreated back here, so you want to be holding at this corner. Just literally stand here. Like, if you stand here, you're still contesting the cart. They can't push the cart if you're standing here. So if you're standing here, they have to push into you. So they either have to come here, where you can swing at them, or they have to come here, where, like, I mean, it's just not safe. Your team can shoot at them. So that's why you want to hold right here at this corner. I mean, this corner is also alright. I like this one more because it lets you shield your team better. Now you could okay, well Sigma might block it. I don't like seeing that. Again, I'm Matrix scary. Okay, you could charge him. I would. Charge or shatter. I don't think he has bubble. You used bubble recently, so you could also just shatter him. And honestly, getting a solo shatter on this monkey is worth it. It's 100% worth it. It kills their monkey, which means it's just these guys you have to worry about, which makes you and your team's life so much easier. He did have bubble, my bad. Now you okay? I want to say now you could shatter, but maybe not at 97 health. Okay, with the immortality field, no reason not to. Just use your shatter. Okay, so again, what I was saying, I see the shield is up. The moment you see it go down, you have to press Q. Or you could walk past it. That's also an option. They just avoided it. Actually, they were avoiding the dragon. You should have seen that coming, honestly. Anyway, this is all... Okay, that's bad. I mean, it's not bad because they're all dead, so you can push into this Winston, but it's unnecessary. It's a little bit risky. You don't know what they're gonna come out with. Like if they come with Widow here and just start shooting you, Widow or Hanzo. They even have a Hanzo, don't they? What do they have? They have Kree, Tracer. It's okay. Why are we so slow? It's unnecessary, is what I'm saying. Definitely by this point you want to get out.
Enemy contact.
Okay, so this Winston, you want to be swinging at him. No way around it. Like, he's nano boosted, yes, which will reduce your damage, but even so, like you have to threaten him. You have to make him go, so that he doesn't just... Okay, you do have Transcendence, so nobody's gonna die, but in any case, you want to make him look at you. You want to make him scared. Like, literally, you want to scare him. You want to make him go like, holy shit, this Rein's swinging at me, and back out. Or you want to force him to jump over you and shield him off. That's another thing you can do. So yeah, right now, just shield him off. Uh, if you can get the pin on him, this is good. But again, it's risky. Like there's so much chance for him to dodge you like that. And you end up dying. So yeah, right there, you should have shielded him off. Absolutely. Okay, let's see here. So you're moving here. You see something back here, but you don't look at it. Okay, so right here, you've got two options. You could either stay back here and hide, or you could push through the amp matrix. It's close enough that you can just take like 3 steps forward and start shielding. That's definitely an option. But I don't know, like that's your choice right now. It's up to you what you do. Because if you want to start shielding, you want to shield at the other side of this amp matrix, basically just to make it a useless amp matrix, and that would be really great. But the only question is if you survive actually making it here with this McCree. Instead, yeah, you lose your shield. Charge, yeah, I would have charged as well. Yeah. So your mistake there was shielding in front of the amp matrix. Like, only do it as a last resort. Like, seriously, as a last resort. This wasn't it. You could have hid behind here and saved your shield for when it really is a last resort. Anyway, that might be a bit far. It's fine. Okay, you see, I like seeing that. I really like seeing that. So yeah, at this point, I mean, there's a lot here that is gonna hurt you, so it's fine that you're walking into it, but be ready to shield at any time, like you did. I like it. You could be whacking this Junkrat. Okay, so yeah, right now you want to be holding this corner, which means you want to take like 2 steps forward and just swing your, basically force their Sigma back. Doing this, like if you're swinging, you're not shielding, so that gives your shield time to regenerate. So you want to just stand here and swing. Just force them back around this corner until you've got shield. Okay, they're falling back. Because they're falling back, you can push up. You can take this corner basically for free because they're falling back. You could shield, I mean, you could shatter right now. Especially with him, yeah, like right now, this would be a huge shatter. Nothing they can do. Sigma's in the air, like the only thing they can really do, I think Anna can sleep you, or McCree can flashbang you, but those are so unlikely, so... Beautiful, beautiful. I'm so glad I didn't have to get angry at you for not shattering. Now, they did have the ults to counteract it, but even so, like, it's still a good shatter, definitely. It stopped, it slowed them down at the very least. Your mistake was coming around this corner. Like, I would have just been swinging until, or if I feel like pressured, I would fall back, but definitely like you're caught here now, which is a mistake. You charge out, which I like. It's the best play. Like, honestly, like the best play when you're in a position. Where am I? Where the hell am I? Sorry, I'm a bit lost. Where am I? Where is everything? Here we go. If you're in a position like this where you're caught out, just charge out. Either you're gonna die, which I mean it's gonna happen sooner or later. There's no way you survive being here, or you get out. So yeah, it's the right thing to do after you get into a bad situation. You don't want to get into a bad situation, but yeah. Anyway, there's still a lot left, and this recording, how long has it been? Let me check quick. It's already been like 55 minutes. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna stop it here. I really hope you appreciate this. Let me know what you think, and if you ever need help again, do ask. Biggest thing I can say: use your shatter more. Use it more. you never really push too aggressively or to in fact like I think you can push more aggressively. That's something you can learn to do. You're a little bit too much on the defensive side. Uh you if you get dove, I want to talk a bit about like the Winston thing because Winston was diving you. If like one or two people dive you, you should shield them off because then you're basically shielding off four people. You're making four people useless. So then your team, which is five people, like not counting you because you're busy shielding. So the rest of your team will have five people versus two of their people. They should win that. But if you turn around, then mean then like six of you are focusing on two of them. So four of them are just free to do whatever they want. That's not something you want. On the other hand, if like three or four of them are diving in, then you should go for them. Then you should charge them or whatever. Because then like you get more value by attacking them than by shielding other people off, if that makes sense. Uh, I think that's really about it. I hope you appreciate this, and that's all from me. Goodbye.